Today we are going to work on adding and subtracting fractions. The purpose of the video today is to help you review a little bit about adding and subtracting fractions when they have the same denominator. But then I'm going to work with you on a method that you can use when the fractions have different denominators. When fractions have the same denominator, it's a little bit easier to add or subtract them. Let's review. So let's say that I have two pizzas here, okay? And I eat one piece out of this pizza. So I ate one out of the 4 pieces in this pizza, okay? Let's say that I do the same on the other pizza. So I eat one out of the 4 pieces in that pizza. So how many fourths did I eat total? I ate 1/4 here and 1/4 here. So I ate 2 fourths. So let's look at it without the pictures. So if I have 1/4 plus 1/4, which is the same thing that I did up here, 1/4 and 1/4, all I have to do when my denominators are the same is I just keep the denominator the same. 4 and 4, so my denominator stays a 4. And then I do whatever to the numerators that that little sign is telling me. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, so what do we do when the denominators are not the same? This gets a little bit more tricky, but the method I'm going to teach you is pretty simple. So this is called the butterfly method. So you'll see why in just a second. The butterfly method involves me making a butterfly around my fractions, just like that. So now that I have my butterfly, let me show you how to use it. With my butterfly, I'm going to be creating 2 new fractions. So I'm creating a new fraction for 1/4, and I'm creating a new fraction for 2/3. Now the purpose of creating these new fractions is so that I can have the same denominator in both fractions, so that I can add and subtract, just like I would if the denominators are the same. So in the butterfly method, I take this number here, and I multiply it by this number here. 3 times 1 is 3. And I write it right in that antenna of the butterfly. I do the same on this side. This number here times this number here. So 4 times 2 is 8. And I write it in the other antenna of the butterfly. Those are going to be my new numerators. So in my new fraction for 2/3, 8 is now my new numerator. In my new fraction for 1/4, 3 is now my numerator. Now how do we get the denominator? The denominator is really simple. I do this denominator times this denominator. 3 times 4 equals 12. And I write it right in the tail there. So 3 and 4 is 12. That's my denominator for both fractions. So 2/3 equals 8/12, and 1/4 equals 3/12. So I have 2 new fractions that I can add here with the same denominator. And we're experts at that now. So I can rewrite my problem, replacing 2/3 with 8/12, and replacing 1/4 with 3/12. And then I keep my sign the same. So it's still addition. So 8/12 plus 3/12, the denominators are the same, so I keep it the same. And my numerators, I just do whatever that little sign is telling me to do. 8 plus 3 equals 11. So my answer is 11/12.